Ladies and gentlemen, how Apple helped me finish my day in 2 minutes. Smile, Walmart shoppers. There's a reason to show off your new pearly whites. Oil finally does it. What was unique today about what Amazon did? Was there anything different? Did it do something today that it hasn't done since April of last year? We're going to go over our algo levels as well as our final thoughts. I am Mark Melnick, and this is the Newsbeat Show. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching in from another country, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching in this country, and good afternoon. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Newsbeat Show. We have so many great things to discuss with you today. First, real quick, you're going to pause on this next scene, read it, watch it, read it, and then go. Okay, thank you so much for reading that. Um, let's get right into it. We have a little bit of an agenda here for you today. How Apple helped make a huge day, not just for me, for the whole Newsbeat Live Room. Um, Smile Walmart shoppers, OIH, what did Amazon do today that's unique, and so on. So we're going to start off with the first thing, how Apple helped really give me a beautiful, huge day here. And what I'm showing you right now, I guess we could just do it on the one chart, really, and just show you a 1 minute chart here of Apple. But I just want to show you, I can remove this moving average here. I just want to show you what Apple did for me here today. Over the weekend, we had an updated one and done strategy that's on our all new Newsbeat think tank. And the Newsbeat think tank basically showed us that we should have been buying Apple, should have, and we did, um, as the stock got above 293.64, right over here. So we were actually buying pretty much right at the dead low of this candle. And within 60 seconds, less than 60 seconds, Apple shot up $1 in 1 minute in 60 seconds. I slammed in a nice little chunk of Apple calls and my P&L exploded. That was it. Yeah, and then of course I sat there and I watched Apple go up all day. And you might be looking at all these bars and saying, "Wow, Mark, you really let that one go early, or you should have held on, longer." And I turn over to those people and I say, "What are you, crazy? Do you realize what 100 options or 200 options an Apple does on a move like that? You buy 100 calls of Apple. First of all, you don't need that. You don't even need that much money. You have pretty much $30,000 to $20,000 in buying power, and you could do it. So people, they come and they see these Apple moves, and they're like, "Oh my God, you probably need so much money. Like you needed a lot of capital to make money on that." No, I didn't. No, here, let me move my mug. Scares all the pigeons away when I show it to them. But you see that little move right here? That's your whole day. This is a 1 minute chart of Apple, as you can see in the top left right here. That's your whole day. We simply came in, focused, bought, Apple pops $1, your day is over. Those calls moved about 70, 75 cents. Apple stock moved $1. You buy 100 contracts, you get a 70, 75-cent move. You're up 7 grand before 60 seconds. In less than 60 seconds, you're up 7 grand. You took 50 calls, you're up 3,500. You took 10 option contracts, small, dipping your toes in the water. You had the potential to make $700. I'm just showing you that making money in the market is maybe not as hard as you think. And all this nonsense education and lessons and this and that, it's not all nonsense. There are a million ways to, as they say, which is a horrible expression. How many of you guys heard the expression to skin a cat? I mean, I'm sure you have. What a terrible expression. Oh, there are a million ways to skin a cat. It's like, you sick expletive, expletive, expletive. Why the heck are you skinning cats? Seriously. They're cute, they're furry, and they dominate the internet of cute memes. But I will tell you this. There are people who are pulling in bunch of people, a bunch of people, pulling in six figures a year, not even working 5 minutes every single day in the market, 5 days a week, 25, less than 30 minutes a week trading. And they walk away from their computers. I know it sounds too good to be true, so let me tell you what I did today. I know. Usually things that are too good to be true usually are. I get it. I agree with that. But I'm not here wasting my time talking about this to you to waste your time. I value your time. I value my time. I'm not here to waste it. Bought Apple right here, sold out, shoots up, shoots up, shoots up, shoots up. Short Apple right over there, pulls down. Cover my by short Apple, I mean I bought puts. I didn't short common stock, but same mentality, of course. Literally got rid of it on this one bar. Yes, I see it went lower. Took the triple Qs, made a quick scalp short there, caught the top here, caught another top in the market. Where was that other top we caught? Right over here. I shorted at the dead top of this 1 minute candle right here before we move down. You could say whatever you want. Oh, you weren't going with the trend mark. I bought early. I bought Apple. I shorted Apple. I shorted Qs. I shorted Qs. I made money every single time on 100% of my trades. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, becoming a millionaire is a lot easier than you would normally think it would be. Trust me. Smile, Walmart shoppers. There's some really great stuff for you at the Smile Direct Club. And if you don't know what Smile Direct Club is, um, they pretty much give you like teeth aligners, 3D scanning, all these things to nighttime clear aligners, all these things to give you a healthier, cleaner smile. And why am I saying, attention Walmart shoppers? Well, you might have noticed that SDC, Smile Direct Club, shot up today. I'm going to show you a 5 minute chart of it right over here. And yeah, we are watching it. One of the names that were on our radar in the morning. And you could just see Smile Direct Club had just a really beautiful move here today. What happened here? They launched an exclusive line of oral products, oral care products at Walmart. They announced the launch of an end-to-end solution to keep teeth fresh, clean, bright, and healthy. A suite, no pun intended. That's the SUITE, not the SWEET. That would be kind of catch 22 for tooth care. Of affordable yet premium oral care. Look, I'm not silly. I know a lot of you guys and gals wake up with bad breath in the morning. Yes, I know. You go to the bathroom, and sometimes it smells like everybody else when they go to the bathroom. But I will tell you this. They have a state-of-the-art UV light. And UV, if you're unfamiliar, which the technology has been around forever, of course, UV lights are actually very antimicrobial. They're antimicrobial. They actually kill bacteria and whatnot. And having a bunch of Walmart shoppers walk around with whatever their breath is smelling like everyone else's, might want to actually look at these things and take advantage of them. Now, why Walmart? They are exclusively being sold at Walmart. Let's just take it over to the stock here, which has been very out of favor recently. I'm going to just take you right over to the daily chart. And you can see ever since the IPO, the stock has just been getting slammed. Stock's been getting beaten up in this all-time high environment and just no love. So it's actually closing above the 50 moving average for the first time here. You have a nice little close here above the 50 moving average. I think it's something very interesting to watch as, pretty much, I don't know if you guys are familiar or know anybody who sells products to Walmart, but I know billionaires who do put their products there. Um, have you guys ever heard of the ab roller? I know the person who invented the ab roller and that little stupid fish on the wall that like flaps and talks to you, the little singing fish. I know the people who brought that to Walmart. if you knew the amount of money these people make when they tell me how much they make on these products, my jaw drops. So that's why when I see Smile Direct getting into Walmart, to me, I know it's a home run. It's an absolute home run. This company has definitely been in a struggle, but if you want a bright, shining light, I don't even consider this light at the end of the tunnel for SDC. I consider this like 100 prison spotlights. You know, when like the prisoners escape in the movies and it's all dark and they're like walking around with the spotlights. Actually, they use infrared nowadays. That spotlight thing is kind of outdated, but that's what it's like. It has like a million spotlights on it now. And look how much volume it did today. The only time it did more volume, it's hard to see here, is 55 million on IPO day. I'll move it over. It's like hard to see all the way here, but you could see in the top left 55 million. So it did its second highest volume day today, besides for the IPO day, or most volume without the IPO day. Definitely something to watch. Next thing on our radar, OIH. Finally does it. So we were talking yesterday about OIH, which is of course the VanEck Vectors Oil Service ETF, and it tracks a bunch of oil names like Schlumberger and Halliburton, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not going to list off every holding of the OIH, but it did something very interesting today, which we were speaking about yesterday. We were speaking bullishly about OIH yesterday, and it actually closed above the 200 moving average and since a very long time ago, let's put it that way. Oil has just been one of those things. Here's a monthly of oil. This thing has been getting slammed, absolutely slammed since 2014. And many people are like, oh, why is it cheap? And why? You know, again, people are talking a lot about the Iranian tensions. As I said this morning to the Newsbeat Live Room, I'll share with you. The market is not gapped down on Iranian tensions. I almost feel like people will come to you and they're like, you almost need an excuse of why you're down like 2%. But you didn't need an excuse when the market rallied like 15% in the last month and 10% the month before and another 10%. But when we're down 1-2%, it's like, what's happening? Do you guys see any news? Is there anything wrong? And I am telling you when people, and I think the same thing. It's not like just, oh, you guys. No, everybody thinks that because they're like, hey, what's going on here? That's a little different than what I'm used to. And when you start thinking like that, when everybody is just so bullish to the point where they're literally searching for something wrong when you gap down, that's how you know to me the market is nearing at least a short term top. I know I keep saying it. And since I'll show you where. Keep things open, fair and honest. My last video about the market topping was right over here on December 23rd, where I clearly said we could easily go a little bit higher, but we're in the topping out range. January 15th, right over here, is where supposedly the US-China trade war deal is going to be signed inside the White House. And then they're going to be looking for phase two. That is, I think, going to top out the market. I think that's going to put in a short-term minor correction at, at best. At worst, it goes down further, or ironically, I think that's even a better case scenario. To me, there's nothing better than buying stocks you love when they go down. There's nothing better than shorting stocks you love when they go down. I almost feel like when the market goes down, buying and selling becomes so much easier. When the market just keeps grinding up and up and up and up, then I look for cheap ways to cop out of the market and crush the market in 2 minutes. And that's what I'll do like on a day like today. And I'm planning on doing it tomorrow and the day after and the day after and the day after and the day after. But I will tell you with a market environment like this, I find it funny how traders have to see something wrong. Like as if a down day means something is wrong and an up day, everything is status quo. But OIH did indeed close above the 200 moving average here today. Congrats if you bought in, earlier today on the dip as it went down before rallying up. It'll be very interesting to see where oil goes from here. And obviously, this is going to be a very contested, geopolitically motivated name. So I almost feel like people are saying like, Mark, how should I hedge? How should I hedge? How should I hedge my positions? Buy oil. Think about it. If Iran strikes an oil field, oil goes up. If the U.S. strikes an Iranian oil field, oil goes up. If Iran strikes a non-oil field target, the U.S. sanctions Iran on their oil, and oil goes up. Do you see the point I'm making here? Any form of escalation would be bullish for oil. And any escalation on either end of the table, or from another end of the table, from somewhere you didn't even imagine or see, is bullish for oil. I don't see a scenario where one side strikes another and the other says, you know what? We're going to dig a hole in the ground and assay our land for more oil and pump out more oil into the environment. I don't see that happening. Yet not many, yeah, I don't see oil being the main headline topic. And you're talking to a trader who's been watching the market since Desert Storm and, the Iraqi war, and oil was always in the crossfire of everything. Now just people are just like, little zipper lip on it, and they're just not saying anything. Don't get it, but I'll bring it up. Oil closing above the 200 for the first time. What is unique that Amazon did today? Amazon did something today that was unique. Can you guess it? I'll show you the chart. I want to see if you can guess it. Does anybody in the Newsbeat room want to guess what Amazon did today, which is, it's happened before, which is very unique? Does anybody want to guess? Here's the daily chart of Amazon. What did it do today that's unique? It's been to $1,900 before, Lax Bro. It's been there before. Yes, Diana. Thank you. It was a bullish engulfing bar with a slight elevation of volume. Bullish engulfing bar broke the prior day's low and the prior day's high while closing above the prior day's high and elevating in volume. The last time that happened, it was a sunny day. It was April 22nd. I just want to show you the last time this has happened. April 22nd, 2019. The stock closed at 1887 and with 5 days rallied to 1956. So figured you got about, let's call it a 70-point rally in 5 days. You're averaging with the up and down days, $12 to the upside a day. And you ironically put in another bullish engulfing bar afterwards, like right over here, right after that April 22nd elevation of volume. So it's very interesting. Is the same thing going to happen here? I mean, it's hard to imagine with the market at all-time highs, with Apple clicking in all-time highs recently, Apple making all-time highs last Thursday. You have Google making all-time highs today. Facebook still not, at the all-time high level yet, but it's not too far. Nobody is talking about that either. Nobody is talking the fact that Facebook is not at all time or is approaching the all time high made back in July of 2018 when it hit 218.62. It's not too far, man. It's pretty close. Netflix is not remotely close, and we all know that. We all know that Netflix provides amazing service but can't make money. And with all the increased competition, they're using that as an excuse to beat up Netflix. I disagree with that excuse to beat up Netflix. You want to know who has a Netflix, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime subscription? You want to know who has two thumbs and has all those things? This dude right here. How many of you guys have a Netflix? How many of you guys have more than one streaming subscription that you pay for? I do. Diana, Ricky, Jose, Rick, Amy, Chris, Mark, Ken, Rich, Neelon, Tom, Cliff, other Tom, Bill, Andy, other Jose. There's so many. Dirtpoor, DP, Cliff, Jeff, Little Curbster, Ken, you too. Yeah, BT. So point being is America has a larger, like people talk about these subscriptions as if they're expensive. These subscriptions are not expensive. You want to know what's an expensive subscription? Your cell phone. That's an expensive subscription compared to having Netflix and Disney Plus. So I think the appetite for streaming content is much larger. And I don't think this is actually bad for Netflix. I think it's bullish for Netflix because now they are your lead competitor. So again, back to Amazon with the bullish engulfing bar. It'll be very interesting to see if Amazon wants to rally towards that all-time high level. $2,050.50 is the all-time high on Amazon, so it's about 150 points away, rounded off. It's about $150 away. It'll be very interesting to see where it goes. How about Aralco levels? Maybe, just maybe, you were impressed when we called the dead bottom yesterday of the S&P 500. Maybe you want tomorrow's levels today. Maybe you want to screenshot it. Don't tattoo it on your head, though. These levels are only good for tomorrow, January 7th. Screenshot them, pause at this window, pause at this viewing, come back to it later, write them down. Those are tomorrow's algorithmic levels today. And of course, I just want to share my final thoughts here in the market. I mean, to me, we have earnings season coming up. We have earnings season coming up. I showed the results already to all you guys several times from our last earnings season, and it was amazing. It's amazing. I know that there's inevitably going to be a lot of people, usually with a lot of money as a generalization, going into these things, and I look forward to doing them. Again, they are going to be exclusive for Newsbeat Live members, and we're going to continue to try to bring value to everyone here as well. Newsbeat Live members, just as a final thought here, they get exclusive access to things that you would never imagine. Like, for example, if we're interviewing a chief executive officer of a hot publicly traded 5G company this week, yes, you guys will see the interview, but Newsbeat Live members will also have that information of which company and which CEO. Well, I guess it would only be one CEO. Are there co-CEOs of companies? So if I said it was a CEO, I would just give you the company, and then you'd be able to look up the person. Newsbeat Live members get access to really the coolest stuff. You really become like a Newsbeat insider when you're part of our service. You get to be part of a community of the most profitable traders, consistently profitable traders that I have ever seen in my entire life. You're part of a community that tries to help you. For just $49, you could try out this community. You could email, if you've already tried it before, info@t3live.com. Somebody will always be there willing to help you. You get access to our earnings list at no additional cost, our Twitter service at no additional cost, our Newsbeat think tank service at no additional cost, our Newsbeat live levels at no additional cost, and a lot more. However, I will continue to try to deliver as much value as I can for free to you guys, so you don't have to worry about that. But I just wanted to let you know what you do get by being a member of our room. Thank you for making T3 Live's largest trading room the Newsbeat Live service. Happy trading, make money, and I will see you guys tomorrow on the Newsbeat Live trading broadcast. Slap the like button if you enjoyed this content. Have a wonderful evening.